In this session, we will begin covering the transaction entry window by going through the process of entering a charge. Transaction entry is accessed by the Activities menu, clicking Transaction Entry, by pushing Ctrl-T on the keyboard, or by clicking the icon on the toolbar. Once open, you will see 4 boxes in the top left. Patient and bill number are lookups. You can pick a patient by using the patient box. If you're trying to look at an existing bill, the bill number lookup will display all of the patient's bills. You can also choose not to select the patient and simply choose from the list of all bills. The date box is what AltaPoint calls the bill date. It does not necessarily reflect the service date or the entry date. You only have one chance to change this date. Provider is the employee administering or overseeing the procedures done. The only one of these 4 boxes that you can leave blank is the bill number. This is when you are entering a new charge. Once you have entered these fields, you can tab down or click down to the main part of the window. There's one option to note before we cover the columns. The checkbox Show Item Balances at the bottom. Having that box checked or unchecked alters the columns displayed, as you can see. The 2 columns that are added by having it checked are Item and Item Balance. Now for the rest of the columns. The first column is the start date. This is the date the procedure was performed. The second column is the end date. This is the ending date of the procedure. This is commonly unused except for hospital stays or extremely long procedures. Next is item. It is an item number. This is used for ordering payments with the procedures they apply to. Next is the provider. This is the rendering provider, the person who physically provided the service to the patient. Next is the billing code. This is the procedure, payment, or adjustment code. Following that are 4 modifier boxes. Next is the place of service. After that is the diagnosis pointer box. This is filled with any combination of 1, 2, 3, and 4 based on the diagnoses shown in the top right. Following that is the amount box. This is the dollar amount per unit for the billing code entered. It can be both positive and negative. Next is units. This is used if there are more than 1 units of a procedure or medication administered. Units must be whole, positive integers, no negative numbers, and no decimals. Second to last is extended. This box is literally amount times units. And last is item balance. This will fill in if payments are given to the same item number as a procedure. So if you have 2 items, it adds their extendeds to come up with the item balance. Now we will quickly enter a charge for an office visit. We will start by opening transaction entry. We choose the patient Terry Simpson. We leave the bill number blank as it is a new bill. Choose today's date for the bill date, and the provider is JHL. Now we're just going to say that this was a visit that happened on tax day, so the actual start date is 4/15. We will leave the end date blank. The item number is 1 since it is the first item on the bill. Provider again is JHL. The procedure 99213, a low complex office visit. We're going to put the primary modifier as 1 and the second one as A. Place of service is the office. Put the diagnosis pointer as 1, which points to a migraine headache, as you can see. The amount charged for this visit will be $120. We have 1 unit, as the billing code is a procedure. And one more tab brings us a new line, fills in the extended, and the item balances automatically. We have now successfully entered a charge for a routine office visit. In the following sessions, we will continue to cover the transaction entry window. This concludes this session.